Let's do this. What's up, YouTube? We're going to be covering a 1v2. We're going to try to make this a little bit more of an informative video, talking about what can be done in 1v2s, what to look for, and with that out of the way, let's begin. So, this is a 1v2. I am higher level than both of them. There is a level 15 fighter and a level 12 bard. None of us are flagged. My first goal, if I want to take this fight, is to make sure they flag on me. How do I do that? So there's one of two approaches. On one approach, I can do very fast burst and hope they defend from it. But my gut intuition is if I burst them really hard, they're going to just run away because they know they can't win the fight. Option number two is just to start poking at them and hope they take the bait and fight me. Now, that's what I went for. I think it's much more likely to win. My plan was the following. They have a bard. I want to kill the bard first. First of all, he's level 12, so I should be able to burst him fast being a level 17. The fighter's level 15. He's a lot closer in terms of combat to me, so bursting the bard is always the play. So I want to get the bard to flag as early as possible and avoid the fighter for as long as possible. Because once I kill the bard, in my mind, I have enough tools in my build to entirely CC the fighter and keep him at range. Anyway, that's what we go for. I start with a few auto attacks on the fighter. I'm hoping the bard does something. I change to the bard. I just want to spread my damage around them. Again, my fear is if I do too much damage, they're going to run. Because imagine they're both at 30% HP and they're not flagged. They're going to run hoping that I don't go corrupt and stop attacking if they think they've lost the fight already. So I want to make them feel like they have a chance to win in order to flag back. But again, we're looking for the bard. I will usually keep the bard selected the whole time because again, he's my target. He is who I have to burst. We have blitz from the fighter. Good opener for him. That's what he should do. He needs to slow me. He does. I use disengage. That's the first thing you do. I have the upgrade for disengage, so I have 2 charges on it. Now we have a point of snare on him. I'm still on the bard. I'm expecting him to do something. I'm still waiting for him to do something. Because again, killing the bard first is easy. And second of all, he's utility. He has sleep. He has heals. He has buffs. He has... It's just a very strong class. All right. We continue going. All right. So we disengaged. Anyway, we continue going. I know his next ability is going to be the leap. That's what fighter does. Fighter will blitz in. If you disengage, he's going to leap on top of you. That's a second gap closer. I'm waiting for it. I go for the rollout. As you can see, I roll out of it to avoid damage. Now, unfortunately, dodges are not perfect in Ashes, and I do take the damage, which is a scam, by the way, because I should have evaded that, but whatever. That's ping's probably ping issues. And I am still on the bard. I'm still waiting for the bard. I got to kill the bard. He has not flagged yet. He's done nothing, so... I believe if the bard heals his fighter, he should flag under current rules. I'm not sure. But again, this is my first target. I'm going to stay on him. I'm going to hope he flags soon. He can't heal or support a combatant. Okay, so he needs to flag up for that, you're saying. The fighter is back on me. I'm still hitting bard. I'm getting slowed. I snare him. I slow him for more. I know he's going to attack me here. I need to get away. I use my second charge of disengage. I have 1 point of snare on him. This will put him to 50% slow. He's super slow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to close off this entire area here from him. The idea was to drop Vine Field in such a way that I can hide behind a Vine Field, but because I'm bad at the game, I missed. There's a little bit of a corridor here. I should have put it a bit more to the right so I can hide in this corner and force the fighter to walk all the way around. This is just going to buy me space. Now, what I didn't expect was the following. While the bard did flag, we've got somebody under 50% HP. This guy took enough damage to be low, which means I can probably kill him with double headshot. I have headshot, refresh headshot. Problem is, if the bard heals him while my headshot is charging, I might not hit for the crit damage or the full damage of it. So I figure while he runs around, I have enough time to charge a snipe. And that's exactly what I go for. I go for the snipe here. Something to consider, because I am up against the bard, I am very well aware that what might happen here is the bard can flourish into sleep, right? He can sleep me here. He can't use his range sleep because it's a very long cast time, but he can use the really close melee one to CC me. That's why I have this still available. I have my CC break available at all times. My plan is I go for the snipe. If it hits, great. If it doesn't hit, if I get CC'd, I break it. My disengage is on cooldown for 14 more seconds. if he does dive into me, I would probably roll and drop some bear traps. I have 3 bear traps available. So, we go into snipe. We drop the mark, because the snipe is going to go off, it seems. Bard is pretty close. I'm worried about the Bard CCing me. We drop it. Again, now we make a little bit of space from the Bard. We hit him really hard. And since his HP is low, just go straight into headshot. Now, the headshot missed for some reason. I think what happened was that I made a misplay here, and I roll dodged and canceled my headshot. So let's see that again. We go for the snipe. We hit. I start casting headshot, I think. But I rolled out of it or something. Weird. So it went on cooldown. Doesn't matter. We refresh headshot. But we can't. He died. He just died to an auto attack. So he's dead. We go for the Bard next. Snare. Super low. Now we refresh. Go back into headshot. Bard is dead. And that's the fight. That roll was necessary. It was a good roll to make space from the Bard and to make space from the Warrior as well. I like the roll as well. All right. So let's talk about the fight. There's a lot of things that could have been different here. And we're going to go over every single detail I can think of. And we're going to cover both teams' mistakes and both teams' decision makings. I'm going to talk about mine first and what I was considering during the fight and what I've analyzed after the fight. So, first things first, I think I was correct to keep targeting the Bard. If he would have gone purple earlier, I would have killed him fast. He's low HP, I'm higher level, and he is the main threat. He is the support. Keeping him alive is a problem. This miss was bad on my hand. I really needed to get this blocked off so I could hide in the corner, but that's fine. He was on the right side, so it didn't really matter. But if this vine field was over here, I could have hid in this corner right there, and the fighter would have a much longer path to take. So, all right. I could have focused the Bard from here. The problem is my barrage is on cooldown, so I can't really barrage him into death. I could have gone snipe on him, for example, as well, but I decided to go for this guy instead. I think both choices are fine. Now, important. The fighter is level 15. If fighter was level 17 like me, there's a very good chance he would have 3 bars left. And at that point, I don't think it's necessarily right to play snipe into double headshot if he's at 3 bars. He doesn't have any gap closers anymore. He can't get to me. I have time to buy. In my mind, if the fighter was higher HP, I would focus the Bard 100%. If I'm going to focus the Bard 100%, scatter shot, I forgot the range. Yeah, scatter shot I didn't even use. The reason I didn't use it here is mainly because he was at 50%, and I wanted to go for double headshot. And snipe increases your physical damage as well. And I wanted to make sure that he was going to be low enough that both headshots can kill, that both headshots get the bonus damage, because I was expecting Bard to heal him. I did expect Bard to heal, and I went for it. But if he was 75, I don't think I use Scattershot, and the main reason I don't think I use Scattershot here is because, first of all, he has immunity to snare, as you can see, so it does nothing. So I waste one of my best snares possible, right? I also don't have any ways to make distance, because my disengage is gone. What I do instead is I drop probably all 3 of my bear traps. I probably drop them 1, 2, 3 here. I block up the entire path. Now, this vine field is not going to last forever, but he has to run all the way around, and once he makes it around, I can roll across my bear traps and play on the other side of them, right? So instead of going for snipe here, I place 3 bear traps. Just block off the terrain. Make it so he can't follow me, and focus on the Bard. I can play double scatter shot on Bard, hope to kill. I can go snipe on Bard, hope to kill. I think those are my best options possible. But he was 50%, so I think my play is correct. Do you think that if a player starts PvP, everybody in his party should be flagged? No. No. It would be too easy to grief people in a group. Other than that, we have to think of our options of what would happen if my snipe got cancelled. So, again, if I want to win this fight, I need to stay away from the fighter. He's the main DPS. It's all about buying time. I need to buy 16 seconds for my main disengage to be up. I do have a lot of options. I have slow and CC immunity up, again. If he gets too close, I'm probably playing for slow CC immunity. I'll roll out. I'll place bear traps probably around me and just kite around those. Keep him out of melee range. He can use auto attacks from bow, but he's not going to be able to really do that much melee damage. And we focus on killing the Bard. Now, from their perspective, they made a lot of mistakes. That's just what we would do differently if he was high HP. From their perspective, they made mistakes probably right off the bat. Let's talk about what they could have done better. We start off normally. They're doing nothing wrong. They're playing it properly. They're probably communicating, thinking whether we're going to attack or not. He dives in, very good. He hamstrings, very good. He slows me. I disengage. It's his job to dive in again. He kind of aimed really bad. Like, this was a misplay. He should have, like, aimed somewhere around here. Because even if he hits behind me, he's kind of cutting off my escape direction because I can't run towards the bard. That's fine, understandable. That misses, unfortunately for him again. But again, like, these are just, like, misclicks, like, slight... He could have hit them. It's not really a misplay, per se. I slow, I run, I drop. I didn't realize it yet. I only realized his HP because I was focusing on my cooldowns. I only realized he was 50% HP when I turned around. But they are already hard losing this fight. What they had to do, and I think this is undebatable. Right while I'm here, scatter shot right here. You see me running away. Your guy is at half HP. Especially when I'm dropping Vine Field. Run away. You have no more gap closer, number one. You're half HP. Your support is pretty low level, and he can get burst down really quickly by level 17. Run. Why do you chase me? The ball is in my court. I've dropped Vine, especially now. Like, now you have no way to catch me. Why are we chasing? I mean, I get, like, you see blood and you run, you see somebody running, you run after them, but run away. You're not gaining anything from this fight. You can run away, you can re-engage afterwards. You have a bard, you can wait, you can buy time to heal. It's not like I'm low HP either. They see me at 75%, right? If I was like half HP or lower, yeah, chase after me. I'm getting killed. Run away. All right, mistake number one. Number two, and I was waiting for this the whole time. I was prepped for it in my head. I'm expecting the bard to sleep me when I'm casting snipe. The bard didn't do anything this fight. I mean, the bard, he massively misplayed. Unless he didn't have sleep spec, which is kind of weird, but okay. But even if he didn't have it spec'd, and I've talked about this before, there is a 15-second duration where the bard didn't flag. Look, 158. Let's see how long it takes him to flag. From 158, he's still running, doing nothing. Still fighting, doing nothing. He's watching, he's chilling. I see an arrow hit me now, I think. I think now he's flagged or something. That's 20 seconds. Let's say he flagged 5 seconds before that. That's still like 15 seconds that you're doing literally nothing in this fight. You could have taken those 15 seconds, K to open your abilities, unspec one, spec into sleep. Right? Because if you sleep me, you can just run away with your team. If there's ever a point you feel like you're in trouble, CC me for 10 seconds, run. Or at least force me to break my CC break, right? So yeah. He's a sword pop off. Yeah. So let's say 15 seconds. That's a long time. Anyway. I'm expecting a sleep. I still go for the snipe. We're going. You have to sleep me here. You've got to do something. You're the only chance this guy has of living. You're the person who has to do it. He did nothing. We get the kill. And at this point, there's literally nothing he can do. His only hope now is to sleep me and run away. But that's almost impossible because if he didn't have sleep for the first time, he doesn't have it now. And even if he sleeps me, I can break it. So he'd have to sleep me twice. So yeah, at this point, he's just pretty much dead. And now he goes in, but it's a little bit too late. All right, that's the bard's problem. As for the fighter, what could the fighter have done different? He's doing well now. I mean, he's missing some abilities. That probably should have missed. That did miss. But nothing horrible. Like, he's playing it okay. Again, should have disengaged, should have ran away. There is no reason to fight here. I mean, at this point, it's a little bit too late to run away because I stopped running. But he should have run away like 2 seconds ago. At this point. Chat. What do you do when you're a fighter and a man is about to hit you with a massive snipe? And not only snipe, also a mark right before the snipe. What do you do when you're about to get hit for like 1k plus damage on a crit? What's the play? And you know it's coming. You say cheese. Die. You roll. Yes. And you have like an 80% chance to dodge it. You dodge roll. Correct. You dodge roll right as the snipe bar fills to the top. What? Right here. He tried to dodge, but he jumped. You know? He was close, Chad. He was real close. He did an air dodge. He tried to jump over the arrow instead of through it, which is, it's a rookie mistake, but he had the right idea. If this was control instead of spacebar, there is a very high chance that this does no damage to him. His heart was in the right place, but his brain was on strike. Yes, exactly. Exactly. No, you can see my cast bar. It's not even that. He has me targeted. Look, grappler is a target. He can see my snipe cast bar. Just roll, brother. If that would have been a roll instead of a jump, he absolutely takes no damage here. And then I have to work hard. Now, I am very well aware that the snare is going to be up soon. Like, immunity to snare is almost gone. I have my bear traps. I can place the bear traps on the ground. I can roll into bear traps. The Vifil is going to go away. I can't really count on this much longer. So I know what my options are. But if he was half HP, this fight is very different. I still have to play this properly, right? But he didn't dodge. So that was a massive misplay. Even if snipe hits, he closes the gap with the roll and puts pressure. True. Correct. You always roll towards me. And we go. Hit, and dead. So what else could I have done differently? Last but not least, there's something to talk about here, which is quite important and it's not talked about enough. And let me explain. In a fight like this, let's say this was a 1v1 versus the warrior. Because can we all agree the bard really did literally nothing? This was literally a 1v1. And then I just killed off the second person. The bard didn't do anything. So if this was a 1v1, what would I have done that I didn't do here? Very simple. I'll show you right now what I would have done differently. And that is because of one thing and one thing only. I'll show you now. We're fighting. My goal is to keep him permanently snared or rooted. Keep him away. What I would have done different is I would not have rolled here. I know that sounds weird, but I would never roll here to dodge this. I'd let it hit if need be. And the reason is simple. Let me explain. I would maybe disengage a second time, or I would turn around and sprint. Either one is fine. I would probably barrage. I would probably disengage a second time, because he already wasted his entire closer. I'd probably disengage immediately, get a barrage on him, slow him with snare, get like 2 to 3 auto attacks, or play my scatter shot for more snare, 75% snare, and sprint. Now, I don't have airstrike spec'd in. And airstrike only snares if he has a snare on him. It only roots if he's already snared. So guys, why is that? Let me see if you guys can guess. Why am I not rolling out of the way? Why do I not want to roll here if it's a 1v1? In my opinion. Now, I could be wrong, but this is my opinion. All right, I'll show you. The reason I don't want to roll is because of this. Second wind. So anybody who's playing, seriously, in PvP, is going to be getting second wind in their stamina tree. What does second wind do? When sprint ends, regenerate 5 stamina every 1 second. For every 4 seconds spent sprinting out of combat or 2 seconds sprinting in combat. Right? You pretty much have infinite sprint stamina if you're sprinting. Whereas, if you dodge roll, you waste half your stamina bar, and that stamina does not come back with second wind. Stamina regen is very slow unless you're sitting down, if you don't have second wind procced. Right? My goal in a 1v1 versus a fighter, again, in my opinion, is to be able to keep distance on him. Keep him snared. Fighter will have very high uptime in a proper 1v1 of a momentum. He'll have high momentum on me. He'll be using bow to maintain momentum. Momentum gives him a permanent movement speed buff. Now, I have movement speed as well, right, from this, but it's not as high as momentum movement speed. Does stamina have something to do with it? Yes, exactly. I want my stamina bar to always be higher than his, so I will be sprinting, and whenever I'm not sprinting, it's going to be regenerating fast because of second wind. So I will be using a combination of snares plus sprint to keep a distance. Keep hitting him at distance. Don't let him gap close. 1 point of disengage for every time he closes the gap. Blitz, I disengage. Leap, I disengage. Sprint away, CC. Sprint away, snare. Sprint away, drop down vines. Run around the vines. Place 3 bear traps on the floor. Run around my own bear traps. And if at any time he's getting close, if snare is up, I turn, I sprint, he can't catch me. He's slower than me. You have to keep him snared. You have to keep him at a distance. The reason I do roll here is because due to it being a 1v2, I don't have the luxury of making this a very long fight because he will be getting healed and he's going to have utility to do whatever he can do, right? He can CC me, he can screw me. I need to win fast. I need to kill one of the two fast and then make that into a 1v1. So I do roll, and look at my stamina, 65. It's not moving. 70. Look how slow the regen is with stamina, right? I've wasted half my stamina bar, almost. But again, I don't care. I roll, look, 1328 stamina. Now, I think I got the stamina back because I rolled at a good timer. I think I got, where is it? I got one of these procs. Regain 5 stamina upon a successful dodge of an attack, right? Increases the amount of stamina upon a successful dodge. So I got 15 stamina from properly dodging attack. But my point remains. You assume the bard knew what he was doing, played it right. Well, of course. I mean, I'm playing it as if the opponents know what they're doing. So I am wasting dodges here because, again, I need to win this fight fast. The longer the fight goes, the more likely I am to lose. The one downside to playing Ranger is Rangers do not have a way to self-heal. I don't have a way to put a shield on myself. I only have 1 HP bar and that's it. If this HP bar goes to 0, I'm dead. If you're a mage, you can stall, repop barrier. If you're a bard, you can heal and barrier. If you're a fighter, you can lifesteal your life back. Every class basically has ways to self-sustain except for the Ranger. You're the only screwed class in terms of self. You have no sustain. So you can't take attrition wars. You have to win fast. Or you have to play in a way that you take no damage. And that's doable versus fighter, but it's undoable versus a 2-man. Because he'll get more healing than it's worth, right? Anyway. That's the fight. That's pretty much everything I can think of. I hope this has been at least somewhat educational and people can have a few ideas of what to do, what not to do. This is from a Ranger perspective. Other matchups would be different. If I was a fighter, I'd probably play quite differently. I'd probably be on the board faster, but yeah. All right. And now we can just watch the full fight in full speed. Let's have a look. Just to end things off properly, we'll just play the fight at normal speed. No pausing. It's lacking music. Hope you guys enjoyed, and see you all next time.